Marissa.
What's up?
Oh, what up?
Is this one of your favorite defensive efforts of the year? I'm curious.
I think this one. I think last game was one, and the game before. I mean, I think we're continuing to climb. I think our communication has been, elite over the last 3 games. And I think when we're communicating and we're executing the game plan, I think, like I said, we're pretty dangerous. So, just credit to the coaching staff. It was Landon Scout, and then just credit again to our players for believing, trusting, and executing. That was a very tough team, very talented. So we knew we couldn't make any mistakes on the defensive end. No room for error tonight. Yep.
How did it feel to have Mo back, and what does she bring to the rotation now that you have 3 bigs that could kind of rotate in and out?
Offensive rebounding. No, her energy, you could feel it. Like, you could feel her energy, her physicality. I think inside, defending without fouling was really good. And just her vocal, leadership. Like, you could hear her calling out the coverages. So it's just nice to have, the communication from behind, because then you could feel good. Like, if you know the communication is coming from behind, you could almost press up even more into the ball. And so, Mo brings so much to us. And so, we're really glad to have her back. And she looks great. Like, that's what I was saying is, you don't want to rush players back. Like, you want to make sure they're confident and they're ready. So just credit to everyone who helped Mo get back to where she is. Yeah.
Natalie, too quickly, do you have your assistants do the same scouts? So, Landon did all the New York scouts?
I can't tell you everything. I can't tell you my secrets,
That's
but Landon had tonight.
Okay,
I'll tell you that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
New York in that third quarter, late and into the fourth, started hard hedging and really being really aggressive on the ball screens, and that's when you guys started to struggle with turnovers. And I'm just wondering, as teams start to do different things, because you guys run a lot of that high ball screen, how do you adjust and handle that? Because tonight that sort of was what allowed them to get back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, the physicality, though, I'm just going to be honest, I thought some of them were fouls. Like, if V is falling to the ground, so I was asking some of the refs, okay, V falls to the ground, Stewie falls to the ground, tell me what the difference is, man. And so, there's I didn't get anything clear. They're fouling us. I mean, I don't know what you saw, but no, I didn't like the physicality, so that's why sometimes I emptied out the pick and roll. But no, I got to do a better job, too, of figuring out what exactly we like down the stretch. So I got to be better on that. But yeah, you're right, we're turning the ball over, but half of it was they're holding us. So I got to figure out, this is playoff basketball right now, so I got to do a better job of figuring out what we can do down this stretch. Yep.
Hey, Coach, this is kind of building off his previous question, but I noticed during the game there was a lot of times where Veronica would call screen, and then she would come off it, and then she would get blitzed a lot, and draw double teams. So how do you kind of, prep for that going forward? Is that kind of what you expected today, or is that kind of not what you expected?
I mean, if you were New York, would you blitz V?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't think they were blitzing her, though. I think they were just hard hedging her. That's what I saw. And so, great strategy, I think, by Sandy. That was smart, because you always want to bring 2 to someone of the numbers that she's been pulling off. So we expected it. There's some counters, though. I should have called the counters earlier, so that's on me. I need to do a better job of organizing. So, that's on me.
There have been games this year where you've had a big lead and then something like the third quarter happens and they come back a little bit and you guys just haven't been able to keep momentum or composure.
Yep.
What does it say about this group that you're at a point where not only did you were you able to hold on, but you never really let them back in beyond 9 points or so?
Yeah, I just think it's the trust and the confidence that they have within each other. Like I said, sometimes I would ask V, what does she want to run? Carla, what do you want to run? And so I definitely trust them if they want to run something besides what I want to run. So it's just the commonality of I think I talked about before. It's we're starting to find our strengths. We're starting to really believe and trust each other. I trust them obviously making the calls. They trust me if I make the calls. So just continuing to build trust. Like I said, we're taking family shots, but we feel like a family. We feel like we have each other's back no matter what. They know I won't let them down. I know that they won't let me down, and I think that's why we're able to close out, even though it's physical out there. Yep.
Coach, just curious, when did this team kind of come to an understanding that you weren't just an expansion team, you knew that you were going to be a playoff team and you were going to contend for a playoff spot?
I mean, we didn't call ourselves an expansion team. You guys, media did. We called ourselves a new team. From the jump, if you guys go back and look at how we communicated that was something Jess, Ohema, we all talked about, we don't want the label of expansion team. We want to create our own story. We want to create our own culture, our own environment. And again, credit, even to Joe. Like Joe, kind of said, hey, this is your guys' team. I'm going to support you in any way. So with that type of trust, too, coming from the ownership, like that's really nice that he kind of like lets us write our own story. And that's kind of been the theme. And so we've written it our way. We're not copying anyone. We're not kind of going based off of the history of expansion teams. Like this is a credit to Jess, to Ohema, and I'm just trying to follow their lead, to be honest. Yep.
Coach, you've had
Hey, Mike.
games where you score 90, 100. You've hit a lot of threes, but do games like this are they a little bit more meaningful to you? This feels like a Natalie coach game, like tough, physical, playing defense. Is that, or you don't care? Give me 100, give me 70.
I don't care. As long as we have the W and we have one more point than the other team, I don't care. We can win by 20. We can win by 1. We can win by 8 tonight. I don't care. As long as we get the W, it doesn't matter what it looks like. We get it. Like some games are going to be a little bit more physical. Like, again, we can't always rely on our shooting. Shooting is not always going to be there. Like, that's why you guys sometimes say, well, we're in a slump. No, we're not in a slump. It's just how the percentages end up, balancing out. And so, yeah, maybe we should have got off the ball a little bit more, but I thought because of the physicality, it was hard to get off the ball. So every team is going to face a different challenge. But as long as the score is in our favor at the end, I am smiling. You'll never see me mad after a win. I'll tell you that. Yep.
Kyla's kind of all over this box score. She's a plus 16 to end the night. Do you feel
Kyla?
like, yeah, Kyla. Do you feel like she's kind of solidified herself as the glue person on this team?
Oh, they're all glue people. I mean, you guys asked me that, I think, about Mo. I think you guys asked me that about V. They're all glued together, I think, at this point. And I think, like, I think that's the coolest thing is, like, we don't need someone to always, like, hold us down. I mean, look at Temi tonight. Temi ended up being our leading scorer. Even in minutes, she played heavy minutes, and then V led us in assists and rebounds. So it's like we're all just supporting each other. It's not like one person has to score this many points and this, and we we always want to continue to ride the hot hand. And so that's who we are. We're team first in every category, and I think that's what makes us dangerous, is that you can't just scout for one person because we don't have the same, like, sets or things like that, because we play the right way. We try to take quality shots, which now we call family shots, and as long as we do that, I think we're going to hopefully pull out a win. Yep.
Natalie, do you, I know you talked about Carla before the game, but that play where she drives through the paint and there's players all around, swarming around her, and she finds, makes the pass for the baseline three. Yeah. I mean, in the course of a game, can you enjoy that, or like?
Why do you guys want me to enjoy everything? I'm very curious.
Okay.
Do I not look like I'm having fun?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not making any observations.
I'm happy.
I'm asking
I'm
if,
mad.
like, in the course of a game, you can say, wow, or be thrilled with.
You guys don't see me there? I'm doing this. Yeah.
I don't always have a perfect view of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
how much you can sort of take that in, or it's just on to the next.
Yeah. No, I cheer on things that I think take a lot of confidence. I cheer on things on execution when, to me, the most is when they're all connected, all five. When we execute on the defensive end, because we focus on something, and then offensively, if like Kasib or myself draw a play, that we're all connected. Because in terms of execution, all five have to know the timing of the pass, to get open, to screen, to cut. And so that's when I think when we're all connected, I think that's when I do this a couple times.
Okay.
I've done
No,
this.
I mean, that was a fun play that I was just
Okay.
going back
Carla
to.
to Temi hitting the three.
That was fun.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
from where we are too, it's not always a perfect view of you. So
Yeah. As long as we're winning, I'm having fun. I'll tell you that. Do I really look mad, you guys?
that's not what I said.
Okay. Well, I've heard a lot of "Do you enjoy?" and I'm feeling.
Just very focused.
Okay. I'll take that. I like to be focused. Okay.
Another one about Carla. So
Yep.
it seemed in the middle of the game she had some trouble with the ball pressure and the hedging, but then you brought her back to make some big plays down the stretch. Did you prepare her in any way for the return?
Yeah, I told her I don't care if she turns the ball over. I said, I know she's not trying to turn the ball over. Like I said, sometimes she's just getting physically bumped. So if she gets physically bumped, like what's going to happen? She might lose the ball. Told her I don't care. I said, I'm going to put you back in, and you're going to kick some ass. And That's what she did. You know, I just kind of gave her a breather, like, because they were kind of being super physical. So I said, hey, I'm just going to give you a breather. You're going to go right back in. I trust her completely. I trust her with making the calls. She's brilliant down the stretch. She's very brilliant down the stretch. And no, she likes big plays. You know, she is not scared to do that step back three. She is not scared. And so you need players like that. You need players who can close. Yeah.
Natalie, I'm curious. There was a couple plays on offense that stood out where the ball was really swinging. I think it was at the end of the first quarter. I know the crowd really was like, and then the three didn't drop. But how does your defense really just transition to the offense, whether like the camaraderie and the chemistry?
Yeah, we've been building that since day one in training camp. Like training camp, the whole day was only defense, and so that was the identity that we built. Was our defense was going to be what we hang our hats on, and our defense was what's going to travel on the road. Our defense is going to be what we rely on every night. It was going to be how we're going to win games if we win the game. So with that type of mindset, it was just constantly focusing drills, you know, post-practice drills, film. Like we were constantly trying to feed them. More information on the defensive end. And so with that type of force feed, I mean, they're going to have to learn how to play. They don't even have to learn. They love defense. You could tell. Our players they're tough, they're gritty. And when you have tough, gritty players that like to communicate and get stops together, I think that, you know, definitely has built who we are. And I think that's why we have won 22 games because of it. It's because of our defense. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. See you at the next